Good evening. Payne Haas is on a collision course with the Cowboys after being cleared to play in tomorrow night's derby in North Queensland. While Broncos coach Michael Maguire has revealed how pushing too hard to make an early comeback led to Adam Reynolds' latest injury setback.
Leaving injury, illness and infections behind, the Broncos bound for Townsville, Payne Haas overcoming doubts he'd miss the flight.
You go through the origin period where he was challenged, I suppose, with his body. But I know he had a little bit of a sniffle this week, but he'll be right.
Michael Maguire without Adam Reynolds until at least the finals, revealing his halfback pushed too hard to return early from a hamstring strain in tomorrow's Queensland derby.
He was actually a chance, but obviously that's why I put him on the list. But then you go through all your testing, and I'd sort of said no, that he wasn't going to play. But you're going to keep training, and that's what he did.
I was actually encouraging him to run a bit faster just so I could keep my spot for a couple more weeks. So he just tried to take off, I think, and just pulled up a bit sore.
Already out of finals contention, the Cowboys can destroy the Broncos' top four ambitions.
It's an added bonus, hasn't been spoken about. There's enough motivation.
North Queensland's lacklustre season has clouded Todd Payten's future at the club.
A myriad of reasons why we're not playing next week, but there's no one else to blame but ourselves.
The Panthers paying the price for resting 16 players, easily accounted for by a frustrated Bulldogs side, 28-4.
Boys are pretty excited about it, and then the team list comes out and it's different. So that was a big challenge, and as much as we talked about how strong our mindset was going to be, the players needed to do it, and they did it.
Ivan Cleary considering fielding a vastly understrength team again in Penrith's final round match against the Dragons.
Yeah, we've got a plan, so we'll just see how it goes.
The Bulldogs' backline depth is set to be tested, with Jacob Carrazza's ankle injury to keep him sidelined for the next 4 weeks. Matthew Simbicus, 9 News.
The Seagulls are death riding the Roosters tonight, Manly needing a storm win to keep their final hopes alive. Anthony Seibold has told his players to be bold and aggressive against the Dragons tomorrow as they look to sneak into the top 8.
The Sea Eagles snapped a 4-game losing streak in style last week.
The guys were bouncing after the game, and we've had a really good, energetic preparation this week.
But their 28-point win over the Dolphins won't mean much if they don't make the finals. A Roosters win in Melbourne tonight would all but end that dream.
I'm sure that we'll have a look tonight, but it's about taking care of our business, because if we don't do that, it doesn't matter what happens with other teams.
Regardless of the Roosters' result, Manly must beat the Dragons tomorrow. Anthony Seibold telling his team to use its full attacking arsenal.
When we're at our best, we're using our weapons, and I speak about that regularly, and I thought the guys brought their weapons last week and we were hard to handle for the Dolphins. I always encourage the guys to use their weapons. We don't want to hold anything back.
The Red V are coached by Seibold's former assistant Shane Flanagan and were thrashed 40-0 by the Rabbitohs last start.
They're going to be very determined after their last performance, and knowing Flano personally, he'll have them revved up.
Flanagan's time on the northern beaches making him fully aware just how dangerous Manly's weapons can be.
They're a classy footy team. They can score points, 58 last week, so we need to come with our shoulder pads ready to go, and we will do that.
Luke Dovesey, 9 News.
Benji Marshall seems to have well and truly moved on from Lachlan Galvin's ugly exit from Tiger Town. Benji making a bold call about Latu Fainu. The coach confident he is the perfect long-term halves partner for Jerome Luai. Considered one of the game's most talented playmakers in his prime, Benji Marshall is expecting a bright future for Latu Fainu.
I'll be honest, when I was 19, I wasn't doing half the stuff he's doing, or knew half the stuff that he knows about the games.
He could have a hell of a highlights reel if he's better than you were at 19.
I didn't say he was better, did I?
Huh?
Did I say he was better? Was it a joke? Joke, bro. Relax. No, he's definitely. You don't want to put pressure on him, and that's why you got to. When you're the coach, you got to understand when's the right time to play and when's the right time to pull him back.
3 months on from Lachlan Galvin's ugly exit from the club, the coach has declared Fainu the future.
What he did on the weekend gave me confidence that he's definitely still the right guy for the job long term.
Benji is also predicting big things from Taylor May next season.
Obviously, we've seen what he can do in 5 weeks of playing, but he only had 4 weeks of training before that. So with the pre-season, we're confident he can improve his performance and could be one of the best centres in the game. He's definitely playing like it at the moment.
Officially out of the finals race, the Tigers face the toughest of tests tomorrow, taking on the Raiders in Canberra.
It's going to be tough for us, but not too tough that we don't give ourselves a chance.
The Green Machine closing in on the club's first minor premiership in 35 years.
It would be very special for the club, but if I'm to answer you honestly, I'm not even thinking about it. From my point of view as a coach, there's a bigger picture, but it's about just being best at now.